why were you keen to make this particular series, and what's the idea behind it?
It's an aspect of natural history which we haven't really done much about, at least I haven't. And it's particularly fascinating. It's been a private interest of mine, well, ever since I started in natural history. The history of those old explorers and of the superstitions and myths that they had about animals, which you know all about, and how they were dispelled, is a very interesting background story which has not been done, I don't think, very much.
What things do we find out, though, throughout the series?
Well, we talk about how these animals became known and how the myths about them dispelled. I mean, how did people discover that there wasn't such a thing as a unicorn, even though they had these great long, 10-foot-long ivory tusks? What were they? Where did they come from? And in fact, of course, they come from, we now know, they come from a narwhal. But Queen Elizabeth I thought that they were magical creatures which would cure all kind of poison and give you the life of longevity. So she paid thousands and thousands of pounds, even in Elizabethan money, for her narwhal horn. Every child born starts with an interest in the natural world. You can see it, a 4-year-old turning over a stone and seeing a slug and putting out these funny little tentacles at the front and with eyes on the end of it, and how does it move and what's it feed on, and they're fascinated by it. We've all been fascinated by it. Of course, as you grow older, you find lots of other things which are also interesting, and which maybe you lose sight of that natural world. But if you do lose sight of that natural world, you've lost a huge source of delight and interest and pleasure.